New York today. I'm here for a 2-day seminar about controlling the risk of asset misappropriation. Some of you may have heard of the expression, but all it means is how can I protect my company from turning it into my employee's piggy bank. So day one is over, and just maybe to give you a quick idea of different kind of fraud schemes that are usually important to know about in the industry. One is corruption, then the other big one is financial statement fraud, which usually causes the most financial losses. But when I think about my clientele, small to medium-sized businesses, the asset misappropriation is really what affects them the most. So the objective when you undergo a controlling procedure in terms of asset misappropriation is to find the weakest spots in my company and to install appropriate measures. Appropriate meaning most effective and most efficient. Many small businesses deal with the fact that they don't have enough resources in terms of personnel to install enough or implement enough segregation of duties. So oftentimes there is a lack, but in terms, I think there's still enough that can be done to prevent fraud from happening in the first place. So I think another part that also is often misunderstood is the role that the tax accountant plays in regards to detecting fraud, financial fraud, because oftentimes the tax accountant relies on information that is being presented to him or her that from the accounting department of the company, and they don't necessarily go back to any kind of financial records to double check that all the information that they have received are legit. And this goes along with what happens to publicly traded companies and, so to speak, also nonprofits that are obligated to undergo external audits. External auditors, you would think an audit sounds like something pretty heavy duty, and that would definitely contribute to catching financial fraud. But if you look at the statistics published by the Association for Certified Fraud Examiners through their report to the nations, in 2016, only 4% of external audits actually uncovered fraud. So this is an extreme small figure. And it really plays along that an external auditor wouldn't really necessarily look at things that are not material enough, which is part of the scope of their assignment. But when you look at the careers of convicted fraudsters, they didn't always, in most cases, they started out very small. For example, we talked about the case of someone who worked for the accounting department of an insurance agency, and the first amount he embezzled via a check that he issued to himself was for $1,100, and eventually, because he wasn't caught, it turned into a fraud amounting to $8 million. So if you look at the right places right in the beginning, you can actually catch a fraudster, or you can prevent it from happening in the first place, which really is the slogan of my company: establish better control, so you don't even find yourself in that situation. I just want to talk quickly, one of the most effective ways of detecting fraud is tips from employees. And this can be done by establishing a hotline where employees can actually call up and they can report someone. In order for an employee, though, to know in the first place what is wrong or what is right, it's important to actually have a certain code of conduct, and also very helpful is a fraud policy, which clearly states and lines out that taking a few dollars from the petty cash register, for example, is not right, and therefore it's not tolerated by the company. And I think this should be communicated on a regular basis. So in any event, these are really the ways where I can come in and help companies to establish better controls by undergoing a full evaluation of their financial processes, and to hopefully just raise the awareness by my presence, and by the owners communicating that there are new procedures being installed and put into place. And yeah, that's basically the scope of my assignment. And I hope this was an important and informative little blog for you today. And I will talk to you soon. Bye bye from New York. Ciao.